Hello, America, and to the world. Welcome back. Right here, you're seeing the display of Head Down. That's Action Unit 54. And we're going to go and look on Ellipsis's Chase Hughes's behavioral table of elements at Head Downcast. So pause before this, after my intro, or during my intro if you want, just pause her movements when it's when she's down, when her head is tilted down, and that is head downcast. All right, here we go. This is the static head downcast. This Most men who have interacted with women will recognize this look, and you'll understand clearly how come it's green on the table and open. This is a flirtatious, uh, seductive look that women will give men, inviting them to approach, to do more. We'll just leave it at that. All right. And here it is. It's green on the chart. It is in column 2, row B. You'll notice that it, has some differences. The What we've been looking at have both been for the world has been uniform, for man and woman has been uniform, but there's some changes to that. So let's take a look at what that represents. As I said, it's green, which indicates open. All right, starting at 1 o'clock and working ourselves around as if we were looking at the face of a clock. The variable factor is 1, which means that, you know, it's not 0, meaning that you're not completely rigid, but at 1, you pretty much have a clear indication as to what it is that's on your mind. Underneath that is the universal. So the cultural prevalence is what it means, is it's uniform, universal. ASIL, I'm not quite certain, but I'm presuming it means that it's ASI, and that is the abbreviation for Asian. So it's universal, but specific to Asia also. Underneath that is the symbol for approximately. So it's approximately universal amongst men and women. I have no idea if that's true. I just know it's true among women. Boys and men, be wary that it is a false indicator, though. Women will use it as a fisherman will use live bait, fresh bait, to attract fish. It can be used for deception, but not always. And if it's genuine, it's not. But just be wary of being played. All right, so the underneath that, as we've already covered, green represents open. GPR. GPR, right here. Genital protection, closed. That is the reason it is the conflicting gesture. That is one of the determinants that you can use to measure whether this is a genuine signal. If they are covering their genitals in some manner, blocking them, hiding them, obscuring them, turning them away, then you know it's a tease or you're being led on. Returning to the index gesture types and the element card, we move below that. This is head downcast is obviously going to be your head. And the deception time frame is not likely. The DRS also is only a 2.0. So if you take that 2 and you add and you do have the conflicting gesture of genital protection GPR, which is a 4.0, you're going to have a score of 6, which puts it in deception is likely. So even though it says in the corner deception not likely, it still has a 2, which is just below 50% of the 0 through 4 scale. Microphysiological displays, it states none. And our familiar gesture here, the familiar amplifying gesture of JC, jaw clench. I'm including jaw clench here to illustrate at the 3 o'clock portion of the element box. It says aggressive, which you would think would be a conflicting. What are you doing when you're flirting? You are exhibiting a sexual aggressiveness. Unfortunately, one of the negative side effects of the fake Me Too movement, which was nothing more than a feminist movement to remove men from positions of power so that they could promote their own ideologues into those slots, which is the reason we've had a rapid decline in everything from aviation to popular media just going into the trash. But in addition to everything, just, everything woke turns to shit, get woke, go broke, feminist ideology, the fake glass ceiling. Yeah, Me Too was nothing more than an effort to remove people and to demonize anything masculine, hence the phrase toxic masculinity. So, as a society, we've now internalized that flirtation is sexually aggressive and it's not wanted. In fact, you can't go online and type in, to whether it's YouTube, Rumble, Odyssey, or any of the other uh, video services of women lamenting the lack of men being aggressive and why aren't they pursuing? That part aside, those are aggressive traits that boys and men for near a decade were outright shamed. You had that flippin' fool walking around with a mattress on her back, only to find out she lied. Then you had that other flippin' fool, I can't walk without being catcalled. As people were just being cordial. The insanity. Yeah. So there is a confusion of what aggressive represents. Aggressive is confused with assertive. That's the end of it right there. Jaw clench is listed as aggressive, but it's also used when you're focused. When you when you focus, you tighten down and you get the job done.
Definitely feeling aggressive tendencies, sir.
The other amplifying gesture is chin stroke. And as you look here at the 2 o'clock part of the element card, it's a capital M, as in male, men. CS is chin stroke. And quite often, and it's not just limited to men who have facial hair, it's a self-soothing gesture that men will use when they're pondering, when they're considering. That's the reason it's listed as open. But that is the reason it's an amplifying gesture. It means that they're open to what the signal is that they're receiving. And finally, the confirming gesture is DE. We've covered that in other videos. That is digital extension, and that is referring to the fingers on your hands. Digital extension, The microphysiological for digital extension is capillaries, and often you'll see people that are cold moving their fingers about to increase blood flow. So if they're doing that, that means that, you know, that's just the confirming gesture. Finger movement just confirms, the head downcast. All right, that concludes this one. Good luck.